Welcome everyone to Bedtime Mysteries with Andreajohnsonbooks. I am Andrea Johnson, your host for this evening, and the purpose of this nightly interlude is to help my audience go to bed with a simple thought. Who is it? My short bedtime stories will leave you with many questions. You will always have something to ponder or decipher. Tonight, we continue with part 4 of The Malignia, an unidentifiable person that has taken it upon themselves to act out in vengeance against those that have harmed someone. In our previous segment, Xavier Harris was faced with a crucial decision. Did he make the right one? Tonight, our story moves on to a crucial place, a dark place where no man has ever gone before.
It was dark and very damp, but a glimmer of moonlight allowed for the eyes to see just enough to understand. The space was small and quiet, but not so silent that the shuddered breath of each occupant went unnoticed. There were 6 of them in all, men with their arms chained to the wall. No one was hurt as far as anyone could see, just restrained. Food was brought on a regular basis, and they were allowed to handle their needs while chained, using a strange urinal behind each of them. None of it made any sense, and for each of the worried and dumbfounded looks on the men's faces as they stood chained to the wall, they knew things would only get worse. Suddenly, all 6 men turned to the sound of footsteps walking out of the shadows. They stared at the dark figure while it hung back. A solitary form draped in nothing but black, blending into the night. It was Mark Wallace that spoke up first, shaking his chains in defiance. "What do you want with us, you freak?" He asked the question with steel in his voice, hoping to intimidate their captor. The other men looked at Mark with impatience, praying he didn't get them all killed. But there was no response from the silent figure. It simply watched them for several moments, until the sweat started to bead down each brow. Slowly, the cloaked captor began to walk towards the men. The face remained shadowed and hidden. But there was something else that was very visible, something each of the restrained victims were helpless to see. The mysterious figure pointed towards a long table, a table with many tools and devices. It looked like a carpenter's worksite. Slowly, the shadowed one's finger turned and then pointed to one of the men, then back to the table. It was obvious what it intended to do. And now, as the cloaked figure removed its hood and stood before them, each of the men finally knew why.
I hope you enjoyed this evening's segment of Bedtime Mysteries with Andreajohnsonbooks, and I hope it left you with a question. Who is the shadow, and what does it want with these men? Have you figured it out? Tune in next week for the continuation. Bedtime Mysteries can be seen on Monday nights at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. You can go on Facebook and like my page, Andrea Johnson Books, or you can follow me on Twitter at AuthorJohnson78. You can also follow me on Instagram at Andrea the Creative Author, or visit my website at AndreaJohnsonbooks.com. I wish you a good night, sleep tight, And don't leave your windows open tonight.